What's going on, everybody? My name is Abubakar Yusuf Abubakar, and welcome to a new TryHackme walkthrough series. In this series, we're gonna be looking at easy and medium flagged rooms. But first of all, a basic web and Linux fundamentals is absolutely needed to make sure that you understand everything in this room. In case you doesn't know what those are, I will be there will be a link in the video description that will help you to learn like Linux and web fundamentals. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And before we started, there will be a GitHub link, a repository that consists of any code snippet that we use in this room, so you don't have to type things over and over again. You can just copy paste. And that's all for the introduction, and let us navigate to the series tab. So first of all, you supposed to be on the homepage of TryHackme, obviously. And then you're gonna click at this book. I'm just gonna call it book. And then you're gonna come to the series tab. So we're gonna be doing the starters because it is probably the easiest one here. So as I told you, we're gonna start from the beginning. We're gonna choose the Pickle. I have already solved it like a very long time ago, but I deleted the answers just to show the steps, everything. So we came here. I already started the virtual machine for a very long time. All what we're gonna do is we're just gonna copy our IP address, and then we're gonna look at what did they ask us to do. First of all, we're just gonna read for the description a little bit. Rick and Morty themes challenge required to explain a web server. So this is a very crucial information. A web server, that means you're gonna be dealing with HTTP at some point to find 3 ingredients to transform a human. Okay, sure, I'm down with this. Okay, so always what you should start always is that you should start with like a basic nmap scan. So I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna export this IP close to the IP I have. And what I do all the time is I open a new tmux session, and then I'm gonna open a vim to just store all the command that I use. And vim pickle.md. So I'm gonna paste this export IP equals to this. Okay, and then I'm gonna start an nmap. It's a small letter IP. So I'm just gonna give it a second to return. And what I usually do is I'm gonna say scanning results. I usually do this because it helps you sometimes when sometimes the TryHackme machines, sometimes they are not stable. So when the machine die, you don't have to do the scan, even though it's not gonna take a long time, but just it help. So if you're gonna see, we have port 22, we have an open SSH, and then we have a open HTTP as well. So the first thing we should look at, it's a port 80, the HTTP, because SSH is completely waste of time, especially for now that we doesn't have any credentials. So I'm gonna come back to the browser. I'm gonna navigate. I'm sorry, I copied the wrong thing. I'm gonna copy the IP address again and paste it, and then I'm gonna navigate. So we come to the right now we are import 80, and we really didn't see anything really useful in here. We just have a listen Marty, and idiot. How about I turn myself into Pickle again, and this time I can change back. That's kind of bad. I need you to okay, so this is completely gibberish. So what I usually do is I will try to do some manual enumeration, and then in the meantime too I will start a GoBuster to help me. So GoBuster directory, I'm just gonna give it, sorry, the IP address. Word list supposed to be let me just use this one. Let me just use a medium, and I always include like the PHP files and the txt the backup. Just in some cases they are actually they are handy. Maybe I can get back, maybe I can get the zip file as well. It's all useful, txt, and I'm just gonna wait for it. And you see we already got a login.php, we got a portal.php, we got the robots.txt. Actually I forget to check in the robots, so let's check it first. robots.txt. I made a typo. This is my specialty. We look at the robot.txt, we see something really weird. We doesn't know what is it. So as I told you, I have my notes here open, so I'm just gonna come down here because I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna do like double question mark, and then I'm gonna paste it. Okay, and I'm gonna continue going, and I remember I get a login.php. So and there is another thing that I usually used to do. I usually try to check the source code. Sometimes there is something useful, not really all the time, but sometimes you can get something. So sometimes you can get some PHP code laying around, some comments. Maybe you can get some API like backend how it works, so it helps. So here if you read this, the only thing that will really stand out is this comment. Say note to self, remember username. The username is Rick Rolls with numbers. So we have username here. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna say create, because this is, I'm just gonna call this for login.php because this is the only way we get so right now I am, you see, like right now eventually I started to like build like a readme file. It's very helpful, as I told you. So right now I'm just gonna navigate to login.php to see what is in there. Login.php, and we ask for a username, so I'm gonna paste this username, but unfortunately I don't know what is a password. We can start something like Hydra to help us brute force the password or something like that, but if you remember, we get this weird text in the robot.txt, so maybe it might be a password. Not sure, just just trying every single possibility. So I'm gonna paste it in here. I'm gonna try to log in, and yeah, it works. We have a command portal. I have no idea what does this command portal does, but let's just beat the source code and see what does it does. If you can see here, we have this is for sure base64. So let's try to decode it. Maybe it has some useful information. And this is how I do things. I copy whatever I run, really. This is a GoBuster. What is the command that I use? Okay, right now I visited all the 200 pages. This Oh, there is a text called clue.txt. I see. Let me check it out then. Clue.txt. It said look around the file system for other ingredients. I haven't even found one yet. So I have a command panel and I check the source code. Oh, I remember. I want to check out this base64. Okay, buddy. I'm gonna base64 decoded. For some reasons, not really for some reasons, this seems to be, yeah, it has something like a valid. I think it is comparing the password. If the password, I don't know really, but this one doesn't seem to be useful for now, because we just have like a base64 laying around who doesn't know what it does exactly. So since we have a command, let's try to do ls and see what is in there. Oh, that's very good. We have a command execution, so we can basically do anything we want to do. We can open this file, secret super secret pickle ingredient. So I'm gonna paste it and then I'm gonna say cat this file. As you can see, actually the cat command, it is completely disabled, so I cannot view something with cat, so I have to try something else like less, and then I'm gonna paste it and I get the first flag. When I come here and paste it, and one flag is already down. Hello, can you accept please? And then what is the second ingredient? So what is the second ingredient? So usually, not really usually, almost all the time you should try to check, like, as we already saw the clue, it told us to look around the file system. So let's try navigating to home and then opening some files. Maybe we can get something useful in there. So I'm gonna go to cd-home. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. How can I delete something like this? cd-home. As you can see, if we go to home/rick, we can have the second ingredient. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna open it as -home-rick /second. So if you see the name, it has a space. In Linux, if you want to escape this the space, you can just use the escape sequence, which is the backslash, whatever I call it. I don't know what to call it exactly. Ingredient. And yeah, we got one Jared here. So we should come here and paste it as well. What is going on here? I'm gonna paste it here. And the last one is the final ingredient. So we come so far. Right now we are actually at the user level, because we can view and read files in the user directory. So what I will try to do next is I will try to escalate my privilege to like a root something. And like a way to do that is by checking can you ever run something in as a root in this system. If you can run something as a root, then you can manipulate it most of the time. So I'm gonna go to sudo -l to check if I can run something. and fortunately I can run everything as a sudo without password basically. So this is, so right now I basically on this like on this box completely because I can run everything without the password as a root. So then like I'm just gonna sudo ls dash root. I'm just gonna list dash root and see what is in there. If you can see, we have a third that ingredient. So what else left for us to open it and see what is there? Dash root third. Have some auto completion, nice for me. I can just execute this and I should get the third ingredient. I think this is the only one, and I guess I'm done. I'm just gonna submit this, and that's all for today's video. If you like, if you happens to like it, please press the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and see you in the future.